I woke up this morning and I started thinking about like identity shifting and all of these things, and how did I get from where I was to where I am now, and what are the things that really contributed into the big quantum leap that I desired and got. It's all about your mind first. We sit here and we talk about identity, we talk about lust and how you must have structure to then wield it, but where does all of that come from? That comes from the structure that you have within your mind. You have to know where you're going to a degree, a vague idea of what you want to do. It doesn't need to be descriptive, doesn't need to be exactly to the T, because you'll figure that along the way. Things change, people shift into different opportunities, other experiences in life are going to shift your mindset. But you do have to understand there has to be a general target in which you want to be. Let's talk about this idea of destiny. I do not believe that destiny is this thing where you are pre-gifted a destination and your job is just to figure out how to get there. No, I don't believe that. You have to note that there's no God in the sky ordering your steps. I hear it all the time from these religious folk. Oh, God, order my steps. You order your steps. God puts the laws in place for the realm to react to those steps, right? To give you the next opportunity, to give you the breakthrough experience, to give you the idea to see something bigger than what you are right now. This isn't something where you sit here and you wait for God to give you the step to move. The thought comes first. When you choose where you want to go or what you want to change or who you want to become, the thought comes first. Once the thought comes, you have one of two options. You either take the thought and you act on it, or you take the thought and throw it in the closet so you never see it again because it revealed too much truth about your current position. Quick story time. When I was in Boston, built the business, living the life, loving life, XYZ, I got to a plateau where I saw out in the truth of what was happening to my life and in what direction I was going. And I knew that was not where I wanted to go because it wasn't in the general area in which I wanted to operate from. I knew I wanted to be in Miami. I knew I wanted to be around ultra wealthy people. I knew I wanted ultra wealthy clients. I knew I wanted to change the group that I moved with, right? I understood all of these things. However, when I didn't see it until you get to the plateau. When you're in the thick of it, you never see. You can't see correctly. And more times than not, you need an experience that forces you outside of your current position to see from a higher standpoint. And so I get to this plateau. What was that plateau for me? That was me having my daughter, right? It forced you to say, oh shit, you're having a kid now. Whoa. Do you need to slow down? Do I need to sit down and build more structure? Am I ready to be the father that I always talk about? Am I ready to raise a child? Am I ready to confront my inner child that may still have a little bit of that residue from trauma and all of these other things that happened to us when we were children, right? And the answer was I ready? No. But you're never going to be ready. And that's the one thing that you have to appreciate in life, is that you're never going to be ready. But to that point, it forced me to still myself to see from a higher ground, which took me out of my current position, which allowed me to see out and see truth behind the veil that I was hiding from. And so when you get that, I decided that yes, the new identity and the quantum leap that I'm looking is forcing me out of Boston. Why? Because I thought of it. I thought I can't continue living this life, and therefore, again, God, the universe, the field, the energetic imprint that you're putting in through the thoughts will give you the next step. So when I knew I didn't want to be in Boston, I knew I didn't want to deal with the things in Boston. I wanted to be in Miami. I wanted to be around the new clientele. That thought gets put and imprinted onto the field. The field then reflects the next step for you back, which was then having my child. My daughter comes, okay, perfect. This gives me an opportunity to recluse into myself and sit in stillness and isolation to fortify the structure needed to be wielded in Miami. Does that make sense? So you're taking the time to step away from your current position, to find isolation, to prepare you for what you asked for. So everything it starts in your mind. God doesn't just drop the gems onto you. God doesn't just drop the next step for you and the ascension that you're looking for. You have control of your destiny, not the other way around. And the second you understand that is the second you gain ultimate power over your life, ultimate power over lust, ultimate power over women, opportunities, and all of the abundance that comes with the quantum leap. You worrying about manifestation and sitting down in a corner and praying and namaste and this, that, the third. No, should you be grateful to the field and the laws that the one creator put in place so that when you react and send an energetic signal out, that the step then comes or that it reflects back to you what you are? Yes, you should be grateful and always send your gratitude towards that because it's the highest level of frequency. However, do not sit here and pray in a corner thinking that someone's coming to save you from the very current position that you're in, because more than likely you have all the things that you want, but you understand that you're still a pussy, a bitch. You don't have any sort of energetic power or aura when you walk into an environment, and so no one's going to save you from that but you. There is no intervention that comes unless you have the thought for it, which means you have to note that I'm doing something wrong that I don't want to be doing. I know where I want to go in the general area that it is, and all I need is to step and take this step. And therefore, you're telling the universe, you're telling the energetic field around you that, yes, I am ready for my next door because I am tired of my current position and I finally see the fuckery that I've been doing. And guess what? The door opens, but only for so long. Do you think when I had my daughter that the thought of abortion was not right there readily on the table for me? Of course it was. And imagine, this is me showing you have one or two options. I'm sitting at the tops of the tops. The money is there. My structure is there. Women are there. Access is there. Everything is there. However, it is not the access in the abundance that I desired because it wasn't in the location, nor was it with the people that I wanted to be around. So therefore, it presents itself as my daughter. The transition period, the phase, that gray hallway that you have to walk through from your current position to going into your quantum loop or the portal that brings you there, jumping timelines if you want to call it, presents itself. You then take it or not. You then have the child or you abort the child. And what does that do? You either take on your quantum leap like you said you wanted to, or you recluse back into the same bullshit that you've been doing and you lose the opportunity for your quantum leap for however many more months, years. Right? I don't think you understand how detrimental skipping the opportunity when it's opened after you energetically called it to you. It is very detrimental because what you're telling the field is that you are not who you say you are. Which is why I tell you in every fucking video, you must remove all contradictions from your life immediately. Do not think twice when it comes to removing your contradictions, because they are the very things that are going to keep you still. This is why you repeat the same thing over and over and over. You have failed business partners. You have failed relationships. You cannot teach your children right. You don't understand what is going on. It's because you continue to have contradictions in the way that you operate. So you're sending confusion out into the field. And what do you think gets sent back to you if you have confusion within you? The field is going to reflect back to you what you are. The opportunities will be confusion. The way that you raise your children will be confusion. Your wife and all of the feminine energy around you will be confusing and chaotic because you have no fucking structure to the way that you operate. Think for 2 seconds and stop praying to some God in the sky that is not external from you to come save you from your own fucking misery. It is you. You are the problem. No monk mode, no winter arc, no nut November, no bullshit is going to save you from your fuckery. Wake up. Wake the fuck up. Because this is not the season where you want to miss this next quantum leap that you're going to have, or that you could have in the next 50 days, right? You do not want to go into 2026 having to repeat the cycle for another year, another half a decade, another decade. You don't understand how impactful not making a decision will be onto your current position and where you're looking to go. You will fuck yourself. You will fuck yourself. The money may still come in, but you will still be invisible. The thoughts of being inadequate, even though you have all the status and the access and the quote unquote power, will still be there, right? You will still feel like shit. So stop being a bitch and actually take on the life that you say you want. Go into the new timeline, jump through the portal, because 2026 is a 50-something days away. And if you don't do this right now, you are going to fuck yourself. Consider yourself warned.